I made a gold versus silver chess set. Here it is, and checkers as well. I am super happy with this. I'm sorry for the semi-clickbait because it's not solid gold. If it was, that would be nearly £400,000 worth of gold. So it's gold plated versus silver with checkers to boot. Absolutely stunning. Now, you've heard of first chess set, yes, but what about second chess set? This is a Norse chess set, which was also commissioned by the same person who bought the gold versus silver. And they're all done and dusted and absolutely incredible. So we're going to have a good close look at them today and really just admire them, quite frankly. I'm super happy and super proud of them, and I hope that you'll enjoy them in today's video. Hello everybody, Backyard Bullion here, coming to you with this week's In Focus Friday. Now, I've been doing In Focus Friday for, over 8 years now, and I don't think once I've ever shamelessly plugged something I've made. It's always been for other cool things. But I was thinking the other day that I think this is probably the set to put on In Focus Friday, even though I've made it. Solid silver with gold plated chess set. I love it, it's fantastic, and it's been the culmination of countless hours worth of work over a long period of time, and we have now finished it, as well as a Norse chess set as well. Let's just take a moment to really appreciate the craftsmanship of the boards and the boxes made by Backyard Bullion Senior, my dad. Thank you, Dad, for all of the hard work on these, and I'm sure the customer will agree just as much as me and everyone else in the camera when they see it in person, that these are sublime and second to none. Absolutely incredible. So, what's it all about? Gold versus silver. Now, I was going to, I've been doing chess sets for a couple of years now, and we've done a few of them. And I've always wanted to do gold versus silver, but of course, to have a full gold chess set would cost, I did the maths, on today's gold prices, in this size, bear in mind silver is less dense than gold, of course, so the pieces would be heavier. It would cost nearly £400,000. Yes, you heard me. 400,000. That is not going to happen, shall we say. So we have this gold plated versus silver one. Now, I will be doing a video at some point in the not too distant future showing the gold plating process. It's something that I did at home, and it's worked out really well. I think these look absolutely fantastic. That's one of the reasons why we're doing the video today in the backyard, because it's just better in the natural light, and at the moment it's a bit gloomy and it's not very good to see. So it's really very, very cool indeed. The process isn't too difficult, and it's something that we've managed to learn, and that's another string to my bow, which is fantastic. We've also been able to do it in accordance with hallmarking rules and legislation about putting other metals or plating silver articles, for example, with gold plating, which is really fascinating. And I think what I'll do is I'll talk more about that in the video where I perhaps show the gold plating process. So if you needed any better reason to subscribe than that, and you want to see a little bit behind the scenes of how this is made, then do let me know. So, really chuffed with this. Cannot express how happy I am with the results. It has turned out fantastic. So, for those, we'll just go through some of, I suppose, the specs and specifications. A full chess set is about 115 ounces. We've done 2 spare queens because sometimes you need a queen if you are playing chess and you promote a pawn. You could theoretically go and do spare pieces of all of the other ones as well, but then it's going to get even bigger and more expensive. So that's kind of where we are. As I said, each piece is hallmarked, so we've got hallmarks down here on each one. Each piece is weighted as well, and they show their own sort of poured silver ruggedness. These are not pretending to be perfectly polished bits of poured silver. There are chess sets made of precious metal out there. I think there's actually gold versus silver ones as well, which are kind of machine made and perfect. You know, they are the sublime perfection that is, basically machined silver. And you pay a massive premium for those. I had a look at benchmarking, and basically these kind of products out there that you might get that are perfect cost hundreds of pounds per ounce for the silver weight. We've benchmarked it against what we would normally charge for our poured silver. So it's a more affordable method to get a cool chess set. But the payoff there is that you get the kind of rustic look of the pieces, which some people really like. And I get that some people would want it to be the machined perfection, but that's not what we've been about, and that's not what this set is about either. So what I'm saying, I think, is that there's a lot of work that goes into this still, regardless. We've got a checkers set here as well that I'm putting out. And I am super happy with how it's turned out. And regardless of whether or not it's not the perfect machined look that some big chess sets out there aspire to, I think this is pretty unique and special. So, nearly finished with the gold versus silver checkers as well. You keen-eyed people out there might notice that there's more checkers pieces than are required, and that was because the buyer wanted to sort of future-proof in a way to make sure he had enough pieces in case ever he wanted to play backgammon or any other game where you maybe needed 32 pieces. So, and then we have one spare extra piece, which was a prototype for the sort of kinged version of the checkers, and we decided actually we'll just leave them and you can stack them pretty nicely. So that was the kind of message there. Now I've realised I've put this chessboard on top of the Norse one, and I've got to now move this carefully over here without knocking them all over, which I've done remarkably well actually. We can just get it to slide into place. Do you know what? I'm not going to tempt fate. I'm going to leave it there, slightly off centre. You'll have to deal with it. Sorry. So now we have the Norse chess set. Now I'm going to just quickly set this one up as well. The customer wanted to have the big chess set, and obviously we've done that. And then, one big commitment is a lot. And I was like, okay, this is fantastic. It's going to look great. And then they said, can your dad make a Norse chessboard? And then so I gave it to Dad, and Dad said, sure. He likes a challenge, and Dad's done so amazingly well on this Norse chessboard with all of the different bits of wood in there. There's 4 different types of wood and grain effects in here. Absolutely incredible. So, love it. Now, one thing that I am actually going to be picking up when I deliver this to the customer is a bigger version of this. So the customer's commissioned all of these separate pieces. So he's got his standalone Norse chessboard. Then he's actually got a bigger version, which you can combine these pieces over here with to play on a super-sized Norse chessboard. Not necessarily familiar with the rules of Norse chess myself, I have to say, but it's a very, very cool looking set and board. And if we get this carefully back on its box and then moved back into frame, we can see all of the pieces, wow, set up in all their glory. And do you know what? I'm kind of glad I gave it some airtime on In Focus Friday, because you don't get much cooler than that. I'm so happy with the way they've turned out. So, a few thanks to my dad for helping make the boards and bringing this project to life, because I think that the boards make it so much better. The pieces are nice, but the boards just set this on fire, and it's just incredible. And to the customer as well for taking the leap of faith to commission such a big project with us. On that subject, it's a big project. It took a long time, and it's of course at an expense. The price of silver now is high, of course, and premium time and labour cost money. So if somebody is looking to buy or have a set like this, the answer is yes, we can make them, but you need to go in with your eyes open that these things take a lot of time, labour, energy, and cash injection to get done. But as with the customer that we worked with, there are payment plans, and I call them the Backyard Bullion Monthly Chess Club. We had at one point, I think, 4 different people building chess sets all together, which was really cool. So, of course, that's a much more affordable way of locking in things. And what we have done in the past with people who are on these chess clubs is we've kind of put together, they will commit to, I don't know what it would be, you can do one piece a month, two pieces a month, £500, £1,000 a month, whatever you want. And then I'm able to then go and buy all the silver, and we can lock in the prices. So if, for example, silver just catapults up to £50 an ounce, if you've started, like that famous phrase in the TV show Question Time, I've started so I'll finish, we can lock it in. That's the kind of idea, and then pay over time. Because I can go ahead and I can buy all the raw materials, and then we're done, we're locked in. The other way that we can do it is if you've got the silver that you want to melt down and send to me, then I charge you for my labour and time, and we do that from there. So yeah, I'm looking for the next big chess member, basically. If you want a Norse chess set, we can do that. If you want a real big old funky gold versus silver chess set, then we can do that as well. But that's basically it. I'm very sad almost to see them go, because I've had the gold versus silver chess set up on my workstation area in a corner for the last 2 weeks since it was finished, and it's just caught my eye over and over again, and I love it. And Mrs. Backyard Bullion just has to keep reminding me that unfortunately I'm in business and I have to move things in and out of the business, buying and then selling it, of course. Otherwise I'm not a business, I'm just burning my own money into things that I will basically just, there'll be a pit of metal that I will have, and I won't have any money in my life, and that's fine. But anyway, I have to say goodbye to it, and that's a bit sad. So I hope you have enjoyed seeing this. I will leave you at the back end. We're not quite finished now, because I'm going to put in a few minutes worth of photos of these sets all done and dusted. So if you are sort of interested, you can see a little bit more close-ups, because it's very difficult to do that here on camera with the setup that we've got. I'm literally outside in the backyard on my patio because there was no room on the table and the lighting was awful inside. So I hope that's given you a bit of an overview of the boards, the chess sets, and I will be doing follow-up videos on how we go about making them, the gold gilding process and everything. I've done videos how I make the chess sets before in the past as well, so I'll try and remember to put links to those down in the description box for where you can see the actual silver pouring elements of that. But I've done those videos to death, so I just didn't feel like it was needed to chuck that into here. This is more of a celebration at the end of the project than anything else, and a way for me, a vehicle for me to say thank you to my dad for the hard work he put into the boards, and to the customer for the faith and of course money that he's put into creating these incredible sets for me to showcase here today. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching. If you've enjoyed, if you like, let me know. If you're in the Super Cool Kids Club, you need to quote £400,000, because I don't have a serial number for you, but £400,000 would be the price of that gold versus silver chess set if it was real gold. That's pretty never much going to happen, certainly not with my business. I don't want the stress and hassle of having to work with £500,000 worth of gold. God, can you imagine? So yeah, certainly would be over £500,000 if we included the Norse set gold as well. Crikey. Anyway, I've rambled on long enough. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you've enjoyed these chess sets. Quote 400,000 in the comments if you're in the Cool Kids Club. Otherwise, that's it from me, and we'll see you on the next video. As always, please make sure that you like, share, comment and subscribe for more.